Hello. Welcome to my channel. Now, if you are a subscriber, if you are signed up to our mailing list, then you would have received the newsletter that contains this freebie. It is only available for 1 month and you do have to have already be signed up to receive it. So I do apologise if you're watching and you don't have the freebie. But if you go along to our website, the link is in the description box. Make sure you're signed up before next month's newsletter and you'll receive freebies every month in the newsletter. So this one, I just thought I would do a little video on how to put this together. We're approaching wedding season and this is a little kind of, you can use it as a wedding card, you can use it as a voucher or money wallet to give as a gift. So I just thought I would show you how I designed this to be put together. There are 4 pages in this little freebie. We've got these little pieces here. We've got this piece here, which is actually the inside of the envelope. And then there are 2 card options. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out and then we'll move on. All of my pieces are cut. I've chosen this particular card. Now I've also cut a 1-inch piece of the cardstock, and this is just plain white premium cardstock. Grab my scoreboard. You don't have to use a scoreboard. You can fold this by hand, of course, if you wish. But I'm going to put, okay, I've made a bit of a mess of my scoring, I'm afraid. So that wasn't a good start, but I'm just going to use this to put my score lines in place. Made a bit of an error with my folding. Now I'm just going to fold my little card as well. And then we won't need that anymore. Right. Fold my card. And then even though I've made a mess of this, I'm going to carry on and use this. And the pattern is on the inside. You don't have to use a bone folder. You can use the edge of your scissors or an old shop card. So that's all folded. So I'm going to turn it over, and this is quite straightforward. This piece, I just need to trim very slightly because I didn't cut that very well. So I'm going to glue the back of this. I'm not going to ink. I want this to be very wedding-y, but I've tried to make it quite neutral with the colours. So I'm just going to glue this little piece. And try and give it a pretty even border all the way around. And then this piece goes here. And again, just try and line that up so there's a pretty even border around that. This piece goes into the middle and it is very pretty, but it is the back of the envelope once we're done. And again, I'm just going to try and give that a fairly even border. Doesn't look particularly even because I didn't do my folds very well. So that is now our envelope, and it's starting to feel pretty sturdy. So I'm going to move that aside along with those two pieces and bring in the card. Now you've got lots of options with the card. You could just literally write this out and glue it down, or you could turn this into some kind of little money pocket, either a circle punch or just cut a little piece out of there. And if you were using, let's say it was a gift card, you could pop your gift card into here, and depending on the size of your gift card, you can decide how much of the bottom to glue, or you could be putting a voucher into there or money. So I'm going to just glue all the way around 3 sides to make this a little pocket. So now we've got a little pocket here inside our card. But you could have a top pocket if you wanted to slot something. It depended on what you were going to do with this. If it was just going to be a card, you can just glue that straight down. You could print this onto tracing paper to give that, or vellum to give that a kind of more wedding card look. So now what would happen is this little card fits into the envelope and that will close up. Now if you wanted to, you could glue here. I've looked absolutely everywhere this morning for my little Velcro dots, because you could put a little Velcro closure on here if you wanted to make that a simple envelope. I'm going to leave mine open like that. Just going to turn that over for a moment. I'm going to grab my little square and my piece of 1-inch cardstock, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the edge of that cardstock and add my little square. And I'm doing this pretty much by eye. I might just line it up with my ruler and see if that meets the edge, so we've got something reasonably square. So that's like that. And now what I'm going to do, turn my envelope back over. I want this closure around there. So you can decide whether you want it up the top here or down the bottom. Actually, let's have it at the top. That looks quite pretty. Okay, so I'm going to just line my square up with my envelope. Grab hold of that. Just give that a little bend. And another little bend, and just try and make sure this lines up. I'm just going to trim some of that white off. Open this up. We can remove that now. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue along there and a little bit of glue roughly along the top there where that's going to meet. And I'm just going to force that. Now I'm not going to force these creases because I need it to be a little bit bendy like that. Just line it up as best you can. And then I'm going to slide this onto my envelope. And as long as we haven't glued that too tight, it will slide on there quite easily to keep that closed. Now I know it does cover over that congratulations at the back, and like I said, if you wanted to, you could use this as a closure with a magnet or with a Velcro dot. You could use the envelope flap with the Velcro or a magnet. You don't have to use this kind of slide on option. I just thought that it made a very pretty little wedding card or money wallet. So that is the freebie that's in this month's newsletter. I really am sorry if you've missed it, but I hope it's given you some ideas to make one of your own. That's what it looks like if you put it further down the bottom. So that's the other card. Just added a tiny little bit of bling to that. So that is our little freebie in the June newsletter. If you've missed out on this month's, please do sign up and then you can take part next month. I will see you really soon. Take care. Bye.